Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast. This is Camp Slash Horrorcast Season 3, Episode 4, Poltergeist. If this is your first time checking out the podcast network, we appreciate it. Please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And just a reminder, Camp Slash Horrorcast is a weekly live videocast available on Twitch and YouTube. We go live every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time at twitch.tv/WeArePodcastNetwork and youtube.com/WeArePodcastNetwork. As the Camp Slash Horrorcast is live, I will not be editing the audio for this podcast, so what you saw live is what you get here. Please come watch the stream every Monday at 8 p.m. And if you want to see the previous streams, go check out our Twitch or YouTube channel. And for a full list of future films we'll be watching, please head over to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. All links can be found in the description. And with that, on to the Horrorcast.
Camp Slash Horrorcast.
So hey everybody, welcome to Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm your head camp counselor, Duck. I'm here with other head camp counselors. We have David. They're here. Jessup. David, how are you doing today on a Monday?
I'm doing good.
On a Monday. Next, we have Jay. This house is clean. McClintock. Jay, how are you, sir?
Doing well.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Next, we got Jacob. All are welcome. All are welcome. Pinkston. Jacob, how are you, sir?
Good. Neighbor just drove up with their lights on perfectly, so you can see my face as you saw that.
He went into the light.
I'm all right. Yeah.
We're all
I
welcome.
Yeah.
And finally, we have Javi. You son of a bitch! You left the bodies and you only moved the headstones. Bye, Rez.
Why? Why? Seriously, I'm good. But seriously, why?
Why? He actually screams lies. That's what he says there.
Lies? Oh, lies. I was
It
thinking
sounds
why.
like why, though, but he screams lies. Anyhow, we watched Poltergeist, directed by Toby Hooper and/or Steven Spielberg, to be debated. It was probably a little bit of both.
I have some inside information on that.
He was micromanaging the fuck out of Hooper. You know he was.
All right, let me finish my intros and then we'll get to the
Sorry.
Release date June 4th, 1982. Running time 114 minutes, and you feel it. It's a long fucking movie. Budget $10.7 million. Box office $121.7 million.
Nice.
Done.
That's Spielberg for you.
A young family are visited by ghosts in their home. At first, the ghosts appear friendly, moving objects around the house to the amusement of everyone. Then they turn nasty and start to terrorize the family before they kidnap the youngest daughter. Inside information. What information you got?
I'll read it to you right now,
Okay.
sir. That picture that Jacob made for us. And it is, let's see here. Here we go. The picture Jacob did was directed by Toby Hooper, parentheses, joking. So I posted that, and a guy I'm friends with, Russell Bartholomew, said this, and I'll just read it, it'll be easier. Because I actually spoke with the guy who plays Marty, Face Ripper guy, about this once, and he was very clear that while Spielberg, as the writer and producer, was very involved, Toby Hooper absolutely directed Poltergeist. He called action, he called cut, and he told his actors what he wanted them to do. It was certainly and productively collaborative, but Marty was insisting that Spielberg did not direct Poltergeist, not officially or unofficially. Also, he was evidently less present once E.T. went into full production. With that being said, there are reports of people saying Spielberg was on set a lot, saying action. And if you look up behind the scenes footage, there are tons of shots of Spielberg directing, and he's on the set a lot. He went into the water with Jo Beth Williams to calm her down.
She was worried about all the electrical
stuff. So he was always on the set. So what I got from it was probably a collaborative effort, because co-direction, because at the end of the day, this looks and feels like a Spielberg movie. This does not look and feel like a Toby Hooper movie.
The score alone lets you know that it's a fucking Spielberg movie, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's weird though, because it's Jerry Goldsmith but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not
It's
John Williams.
John Carp. Yeah.
Yes, it's not John Williams, which is who was Spielberg usually works with. It's Jerry Goldsmith, but it does feel like a Spielberg soundtrack. But did you also notice that Jerry Goldsmith did the music for Alien, and there's a poster of Alien in the kid's bedroom, and there's parts.
I said David's gonna freak out over that.
Oh yeah,
right there, when that
and
pops up.
there's parts of the soundtrack that almost mimic the Alien soundtrack, which is very, very similar. It's really cool.
Let's pour ourselves back just a little bit. We can talk a little bit more about what our thoughts are on that. No. It's good. It's good. Let's watch the trailer real quick because I do enjoy watching the trailers.
There were trailers back in the 80s?
There were trailers back in the 80s.
Trailers were born in the 80s.
Just like the one next to it.
In a world.
And the one next to that.
It's like Pleasantville.
Next to that.
Peter Cullen Sr.
Give Ken a kiss.
Oh yeah.
He's smoking a joint, y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they don't
joints.
include that.
Yeah.
Like, they're fucking rolling
The
up
parents
weed in the
still
bed,
smoke
getting it all
weed.
over the comforter.
And something more.
That stairway's awesome.
They're here.
Iconic.
Sweetie, remember class?
Right there, I would have kicked that kid out of the house.
Well, who did you meet? Who's here?
Something's funny going on here next door. Something,
We were wondering if maybe you had experienced any disturbances lately.
No,
Are they high in that scene?
Disturbances.
Probably.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're high.
Yeah, they get high every night.
Over this house.
There she is.
I've never sensed anything like it. That thing is in there with my baby.
My baby!
Now Steven Spielberg crosses a frightening new threshold into a world within.
Oh, they definitely sold it on top of the Steven Spielberg brand, huh?
Its
Of
form
course.
is revealed.
He was the biggest thing in fucking Hollywood at that time.
Its focus is clear. And the games.
My baby!
Oh, they give away quite a bit of this movie.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Joe Beth Bush.
Joe Beth's mosquito bites.
It knows what scares you.
Does it know what scares me?
It knows what's scary.
So it knows I'm scared of failure. Cool.
Hey, I never noticed that they put Joe Beth before Craig T. Nelson, and I would say most definitely this is her fucking movie.
Oh yeah, she stars. Yeah, she's the
awesome.
star of this.
Let's get into our histories real quick with the movie. Let's start with Javi. Javi, when
Yo!
did you first see this bad boy?
Picture it. Summer, 1992, 5-year-old Javi. I go through my uncle's, my Uncle King. I've
Uncle
told you about
King.
him. He had a big old box. And I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I want to watch a movie. And he's like, go to my box, pick it up. And he made sure to hide his porn box. So I didn't go through that again.
Oh, I'm
Again.
pretty sure you stumbled across
Again.
Nasty Nurses Part 3. While
No, I stumbled across so many porn in that dude's boxes before. It was gross. But either way, I picked Poltergeist. He goes, are you sure you want to watch this? I was like, yes, I want to watch this, Uncle King.
He's like, "Are you know it's not a porn, right?"
Yeah.
It was like,
I've got Naughty Nurses 3. over
It's
here.
not in the big case, so I know it's not a porn. It was just a regular VHS case. I put it in. I start watching it. I was never scared of this movie, but I fucking loved it. And I was in love with Joe Beth.
Yes.
And I was even more so in love with her after she got back from getting birthed out of the ghost world again. She had that gray streak in her hair. I was like, oh my God, she's an absolutely gorgeous woman. Either way, I just loved the movie. I thought it was a little bit creepy. I love that old lady. She was great. Either way, I love this movie, start to finish. It was just a good movie. It's all around good.
Yep. I agree with you. It's pretty fucking awesome. Jake, what's your history with Poltergeist?
It's one of those movies that I've known forever. I don't know whenever I first watched it. I mean, it came out in 81. I was born in 82. I would have to say I was probably 3 or 4 whenever I first saw it. It was just one of those movies that has always been part of my life. As I got, more into the franchise, I remember watching those being 7 or 8. But yeah, I've always known this movie, and I've always cared about it. So I don't know what to say.
Right on. Jay, how about you? What's your history with it?
I think it's probably one of the first movies I ever got to sit with the whole family and watch, as far as a scary movie goes, because it does only have a PG rating, which is absolutely shocking looking back on it. But
especially for that bathroom scene.
Yeah, that bathroom scene.
Yeah,
that bathroom scene might have been the first ever experience I had with like body horror, was seeing that. And yeah, I was sufficiently scared out of my fucking mind for a while. So this movie did exactly what it was trying to do. I think what I really liked is the fact that Carol Ann, I mean, this movie made a lot of money because this movie was made for families, and I think that she gave it a lot of gravitas. And it is very much Spielberg magic, and it definitely did everything it needed to do to me.
All right, David.
Heather O'Rourke was a star.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
David, what's your history with the movie?
I was 13 years old when this came out in the summer of 1982. A summer which I will fight anybody on as being the greatest summer in cinema history. I saw this, and then a week later I saw E.T. It was a fantastic summer. Movies were like babysitters for me when I was growing up, and so I was constantly at them. But man, that summer, Blade Runner, The Thing, Poltergeist, E.T., it was absolutely amazing. Love this movie, still love it today. It's absolutely fantastic. There are so many genuinely funny moments in this movie, which lend to it being realistic, because it's not funny like wacky, like slapstick funny. It's funny in like real life funny. There's so many, the end scene of Craig T. Nelson shoving the TV out of the hotel room. It's just so funny. The scene where she goes, "Oh, Tweety, oh shit." Just the idea of like, oh crap, the bird died. And then Carol Ann giving that incredibly emotional speech for when you're lonely, for when you're hungry. And it's just, you start tearing up, and then she's like, "Can I get a goldfish?" It's just there's so many naturally funny things in this movie, and then so many horrific things. Yeah, so great.
Yeah, my history is I watched the last 15 minutes of it, and that's all I'd ever seen till today. So
oh wow,
my history with it is today, watching it with the Hobbertons. So it was one of those things where it just never saw it. So I really enjoyed it, though. I thought it was great. Weirdly paced and very long. That's all I could think.
It was like 3 endings.
Yeah, and my negativity, and there's like 2 intros. Like that's the only things I can say negative about it. Other than that, what a fun movie. What a crazy, slice of life. I love the character interactions. Everything weird is going on, like the guy on the bike with the beer and the kids chasing him with the cars, and like he's going to the house with the beer shooting everywhere, and then the cross contamination of the remote controls with the neighbor and stuff like it. Just so little funny things that are like a timestamp for the 80s.
Yep. Hey, Ben, I'm watching the game over here. My kids are watching Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. And so we're gonna go back and forth. And I love floor model TVs. I loved all the TVs in this. But like that iconic shot of Carol Ann up against the TV, it's the poster. People can see it in the bottom right of the screen right now. Is the poster with her just cuddled up to the TV with the hands on it. Just purely iconic. So
the caption there here also though.
Oh yeah, very quotable. I think we got the best quotes out of it. But once Zelda Rubinstein shows up, or whatever her name is Zelda Rubinstein, I think.
Oh yeah, it's a clone of Jim and Tammy Faye combined.
Yeah, especially with the glasses.
Yeah. They just
do you guys remember when TV would shut off like that, or were you guys?
Yes.
You do remember that?
I caught the ass into that shit because at that time, whenever I was growing up, cable was a thing at that point. So they would, they'd play a little longer. But yeah, I do remember on certain channels they'd have the national anthem at the end of the night, or midnight or 2 o'clock or something.
I don't remember any of that.
I do. I remember it on my grandparents' TV playing, I believe, for the last time. Or maybe it's a false memory, or it could be Mandela. But I seem to remember.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I definitely remember it a few times. I was like Jake. We had cable at some point, but I definitely remember TVs going off, particularly maybe like KTVT, Channel 11, and a few things like that. And then I think towards the latter part of the 80s, early part of the 90s, all that Dead Space was paid programs. And I used to think that if I stayed on that channel that my parents are going to get charged for it. So I like scurried to get off it as soon as possible, just praying they wouldn't get like an added charge.
Jay, where did this charge for a wrong coast? I didn't forget it come from.
Hey, Javi, being the youngest person here, does that blow your fucking mind that one time there wasn't 24-hour content?
That really does blow my mind. I can't imagine TV not being on 24/7. Like, it's just a no signal thing. You're just gonna play some national anthem. That's it. That's all you're gonna do.
And then fuzz. That's it. Until
and then
6
fuzz.
o'clock in the morning.
And what's gonna happen to the night owls? What about the night owls?
Oh, here's another thing I do remember, especially with when it came to my morning cartoons. Before you had programming, you had the colored bars. Y'all remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Then all of a
that.
sudden, Thundercats would come on, and then
Yep.
boom, 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 boom,
Yep.
boom, boom.
Jessup, were you around whenever the Indian head logo was on the television?
No, that was before my time.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to I'm almost there.
No. Yeah.
I'm right around the same age. I mean,
Yeah, well, I'm 52,
yeah.
so I have vivid memories of staying up late and the shows just going, national anthem, static, and that
What
was it.
time until like 6 in the morning? Like
it was 3 in the morning, or sometimes 2, depending on where you were. But I'm pretty sure it was like 2 in the morning until like 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when the local news stations would come on.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the end of the shift, and then everybody else would come in for the next shift to start working it.
And all those amazing Jesus Christ and the Church of Latter-day Saints commercials, like where they kidnapped the dad. Y'all remember that one?
No.
Jay, I got the same blinds.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Shining blinds, dude.
We're living in a fucking simulation. It's proof.
But all the houses.
We haven't leveled up. We've only got 3 options.
Yeah.
I got a pair of till ones up there.
I was gonna say all the houses in the neighborhood looked alike. We saw that at one point. Let's talk about another relic of the time. PG-13 did not exist at that time, and so this movie was initially rated R, and somehow they talked it down to a PG-13 or a PG, and it should have been PG-13. And then
Spielberg had to have pressured them to give it PG.
He did. Actually,
Spielberg kind of like talked them down.
Yeah, and that's why actually he helped create the PG-13. I think it was for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, but there was a movie before that got PG.
Red Dawn.
Thank you. That's what it was.
And also Dreamscape was in the mix too.
That's why I always like to watch a Clash of the Titans, because you could see titties in it, and it was only PG.
Dude, like every 60s and 70s movie showed ass and titties, it seems like, and they were all G.
Yep. General audiences. Looking at them sweet titties.
Complete tangent real quick. The only other movie I'd say that really pushed everything to the extreme when it came to nudity that didn't get an R rated was Just One of the Guys.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they go, and it's not, you don't just see them, like, we are in these streets.
But you know what? We did have to see them, and we did see them, and it was great.
No,
at the very end.
it's
holy
like
shit.
Like it wasn't like a flash. It was like let's talk about our relationship.
Yeah, but seriously, how perfect were those though?
Oh, they were great.
Those were fucking beautiful.
10 out of 10.
Oh, like I remember whenever I ever see Just One of the Guys come up on like USA or TNT, I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm not watching it. Give me HBO. Give me death.
If I saw it popping up on the TV guide, I was like, nope, I know what I'm watching today.
Well, let's steer it back to, do we think... I'm going to try.
Have you seen Just One of the
No,
Guys?
I haven't. I haven't seen the perks, so I don't know what's going on. Do we think Toby Hooper or Steven Spielberg directed this? I think, like David said, it's collaboration, 100%. I think there was a misquote somewhere where Steven Spielberg said that Toby Hooper didn't really talk to the actors, or he's not that kind of guy. So Spielberg's the kind of guy who gets in there and like he's real personable. And you watch any behind the scenes stuff, he's very good with actors. Actors love working with him for that reason. So I think what happened was Toby Hooper set up the shots. got a lot of the stuff ready, and then Spielberg was there as producer, so he would just jump in and go talk to the actors and be like, maybe do this in the scene, do that, and they collaborated a lot of it. But he wanted to direct it, but there was a clause that said that he couldn't direct 2 films in the same year. And this movie finished production, and then 4 weeks later they went into ET, so he couldn't do both. So it seems to be that he probably co-directed
both.
To be fair, it does seem like Steven Spielberg just said, "Hey, we both know the deal. I'm Steven fucking Spielberg. You're on my train. We're gonna call this co-director, all right? But you're gonna get full credit."
The only movie he ever produced, every other movie he executive produced, so that's more of a step away.
And also, he wrote it. It's it's his story, and he co-wrote it.
Yeah, he had multiple credits on this movie.
And it initially started as a
screenplay producer, and I think there was one more.
Well, it initially started as a movie that was a sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where aliens were actually, real quick, Toby wanted to do a darker movie, but Spielberg said no. Thank you so much, Jim. Yeah, that's what started as like a really dark screenplay about what was going to happen was the aliens were going to come in. It wasn't even a ghost movie at that time. It was an alien sequel, like I said, to Close Encounters. And what they ended up doing was the aliens were going to come in and attack the family in their home. And then one of the aliens was going to feel bad, and they were going to join forces with the child in the house, and they would fight against the aliens in the house. That's what the story was. And somehow they took that movie and that premise, and they separated it in 2 separate movies, Poltergeist and E.T. And Spielberg viewed it as a double feature. That's how he wanted to view this movie for that summer. And I'm not sure if they showed it as a double feature or not, but that'd be one hell of a double feature.
You gotta play
Spielberg Grindhouse.
A little grindhouse for Spielberg, yeah.
You gotta play Poltergeist first if you're gonna do a double feature, because you gotta scare the kids like shitless first, and then you gotta bring it all back with the warm and fuzzy of ET. Because if you do the opposite, man, you're gonna have some issues, man.
What do you guys think is the better movie though out of the 2? Like
Poltergeist, ET sucks.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If you look at that summer, ET dominated. But as the years went on, The Thing, Blade Runner, and Poltergeist are up here, and E.T.'s an afterthought now.
Yeah, but the thing actually got decimated because everyone's comparing it to E.T.
Yeah,
and E.T. was lauded, and E.T. fucking sucks nuts. I hate it so much.
I mean, especially if you watch it now. If you watch it now, man, E.T. does not. Especially if you watch it compared to
the special edition
Poltergeist. Oh, well, they take the guns away. It's so dumb.
Yes, they put walkie-talkies in their hands and share shotguns. Like it's the fucking gayest thing ever.
But if you watch those movies, like those are the 4 biggest movies that came out that year, as far as now, the iconic movies of '82. If you watch those now, E.T. is down here, and Poltergeist, The Thing, and Blade Runner are up here.
E.T. was always down there.
Yeah.
I disagree.
But when it came out though, E.T. was the biggest hit ever.
Yeah.
Like it was the biggest money maker of all time. It was massive. But as time has gone on, those films have taken over.
Yeah, people realize that movie sucks.
What I would have loved to have seen, because watching like little behind the scenes of Poltergeist, there are pictures of Steven Spielberg in the middle with the kids from E.T. and the kids from Poltergeist hanging out together. What I would have loved to have seen is one scene where they were all the kids, like the trick-or-treating scene, where they were all together, and then that lends to the idea that both these movies happened at the same time in the same part of California.
It also would have been pretty cool.
That would make the most sense.
Like it's at the end of the Poltergeist when they're driving out of the fucking development. If you just would have seen E.T. and the kid fly by on their bike.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing! That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
We have the technology. We must do this.
Bobby Frisky, where are you?
Bobby Frisky, make it so.
Jim also said E.T. hasn't stood the test of time, and
I
disagree. I think E.T. is awesome. I watched it in the last 5 years. It was bomb.
Who's Jim?
Jim Music. He is my co-writer for a comedy.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jim. We agree with Jim. Jim
is dead on balls accurate when it comes to that.
Can I ask you guys a question though? Like, and I'm just asking speculative because I mean I don't know the answer. But do you think maybe some of the jadedness with ET is the fact that it was just absolutely shoved down everybody's throat?
Yes.
It was probably the most commercialized movie. I thought it was even for me growing up. it was like 5 times more commercialized than even Star Wars. E.T. was fucking. I mean, E.T. beat Star Wars at the box office. That was the shot.
That's what Steven Spielberg was trying to do, though. He was friends with George Lucas. He's like, "Fuck you, dude! I'm gonna make a bigger movie than you, and it's gonna be about aliens and shit, also."
And I'm not gonna have to make one of them.
Yeah, but there's a lot of references to Star Wars in this.
Like, he was in it.
Oh yeah,
the baby Yoda, the Darth Vader in the background, the poster on the wall,
C-3PO head,
the Chewbacca jacket,
Darth Vader poster, Star Wars original poster.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget that George Lucas and Spielberg, teamed up for
buddies.
Or no, they possibly teamed up for like, so some would say the greatest movie franchise of all time, depending on where you fall.
Indiana Jones, I love him.
Growing up,
one sucks, but it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Are you sure it's not The Land Before Time? It's a pretty good series.
You got to let go of that. That's not a good series.
Wait, Howard the Duck?
Oh, Howard the Duck. Yeah, so let's get back to Poltergeist. We're getting off of these tangents.
Look, here's the deal. Doug has not seen Howard the Duck, and I told him about the duck titties in this PG movie.
And then I saw the duck titties, and I went,
PG fucking movie.
Also that there's a big scene where there's almost bestiality, where Duck and what's-her-face want to fuck.
It's implied.
Marty's
she
mom
already fucked him at the end of the scene. Yeah. Leah Thompson had sex with this fucking duck.
She's all about that corkscrew.
How are you gonna be a guy named
Not this duck, but I mean that.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You never see a movie literally called Howard the Duck.
Because I've heard it's terrible.
And
it's awful.
You wear a mohawk. You wear a mohawk, and the logo to your actual, whole brand looks like it came straight from Howard the Duck. You, my friend, are a poser. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
no. George Lucas is revolutionary because he did like one of the first Marvel movies ever.
That's true.
Which was?
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
I forgot about that.
We were just talking about it. How'd you forget?
He forgot that it was a Marvel movie.
Oh,
okay.
He also did one of the first bad Marvel movies too.
Yeah, yes, he did. He started a long tradition. Wait till you get to our recommendations.
Howard the Duck is a bad Marvel movie, but it's not Thor: The Dark World bad. Okay, guys.
Let's get back to Poltergeist.
No. That's
we also got Todd Miguel Games Glitchy saying hello real quick.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hey, Todd Miguel?
Hey.
Tom Miguel Games Glitchy, and then we got Jim Music. Of course, he said hi back to us, and he said E.T. plus Poltergeist equals Stranger Things, and I agree with that 100%.
Ooh, yeah.
Especially with the kid getting kidnapped and the upside down. Like I was thinking that the whole time in this movie is the.
I like that correlation a lot.
Yeah,
the upside down,
which is like a womb, evidently. Because I kept asking, why do they have goo all over them when they get out of it?
Yeah,
and it's it says at some point it's like a womb or something like that.
That's right. That's a spiritual afterbirth that they were all covered in.
Almost kind of look like your room, Javi. A little bit, kind of looks like it.
Yeah, a little bit like
Carolyn. All children are
well, that thing's gonna have a hard time sucking me up, especially if I go dead weight.
Right,
like you got a lot to get me in that world.
All right, let me ask this. Did anyone get scared at any point in this movie? Was there any scenes when you were younger that really, really got you? Nothing, Hobbs?
Nothing for me, no.
Not even the ripping off the face? That didn't
No.
How about you? Go ahead, David.
I was 13, so yeah, there were definitely some scenes that scared me. The face ripping off was scary. The door opened up, the big jump scare where she goes to open the door and that scared the shit out of me. But I was 13 years old. Now I don't get scared watching it. But I do. It still gets me emotionally when she feels Carol Ann go through her.
That was pretty cool.
Dude, that is fucking one of the best scenes in this whole goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Like that's so much emotion that went through in that scene.
Beth
and I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like honestly, where she's like, I feel her, smell my baby.
Yeah.
This is like, dude.
Jo Beth Williams, this is her movie, but I also feel like I really believed this was a family, and I believed that her and Craig T. Nelson,
they had such good chemistry too.
They really did, man.
It was so fucking awesome.
Right. And we were trying to figure out the ages for the I guess they said she was 32 and the daughter was
32 and the
16.
kid's 16.
I figured it out. What it is the daughter is actually a stepdaughter from a previous marriage. And they don't state it in the movie, but it's in the novelization. That's right.
Yeah, the pop-up book.
And here I was thinking that they got together in high school, and that's probably why they seem like the cool couple, because they got together in high school, and that's why they smoke weed and shit. It's like, oh, okay, they high school sweethearts.
Well, you got the feeling that they were kind of like, I don't know, hippies, but there's that scene where she says, remember how when we were younger, we had to, but now he's reading a book about Reagan and they're like living like, they're definitely yuppies.
But they're
now.
still rolling up joints in their bed and smoking them. So they are ex-hippies.
They're ex-hippies. Yeah.
Because they become conservative because they have 3 kids now.
They have 3 kids, and which again,
and it's the
plays
80s.
It's the 80s and it plays into the realism. This
They're
felt like
boomers.
This felt like a real family.
Well, not only that, but
this is my parents. Honestly, this is what I'm watching.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Jay.
Well, no, I mean, my parents, our house was on an Indian burial ground too, so it's like I definitely see where like this is small town America. No, but I do think that what's going on in this movie was definitely happening. It was popping up all over the place in America. Little housing developments. It was a massive boom for real estate and whatnot. So. Yeah, I think that's another reason why it works so well, because this was every one of us, in a way.
Good, David.
When Jay talked about the developments that look exactly alike, did you guys notice that brilliant, subtle scene of where they go from their kitchen to the kitchen of the house he's selling, and it's the exact same thing? Yeah, I thought that was cool
with the stacked chairs. And by the way, the stacked chairs.
No. I meant the scene of where they're in the kitchen and then they fade into the kitchen of Craig T. Nelson selling another house.
What you see is the stacked chairs, and then it fades, and you see the green lime of the new house.
Gotcha.
And
yeah.
Pretty cool. I thought that
was like a pretty cool mystery. They're trying to make it seem like, they moved after that incident.
Yeah.
Just real quick, want to shout out Raph too. Raph is watching us also.
What's up, Raph?
What's up, Raph?
Raph?
All right, go ahead, David.
Speaking of what Javi just mentioned, I thought they moved out. Watching this for the first time in a long time on Saturday, it did bother me that after the house has been cleaned, the dad goes to the office and he goes, hey, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit late. If the kids get tired, just put them to sleep in the fucking bedroom that they almost got eaten by the fucking vagina monster. Are you out of your fucking mind that you're going to, and the kids are cool with it? Then the son's like, oh, this is where my sister almost got murdered and I got attacked by a tree. Yeah, let's go to bed up here. And then the mom was like, you know what? I'm going to leave the kids in the bedroom. I'm going to go dye my hair. Yeah. That to me was like, watching it now as an adult, I was like, that is the stupidest fucking white people in horror movie fucking shit.
Me and Hobby kept saying over and over again, this is a white people movie.
Like, I know for sure I would have been at a hotel that first night.
Oh,
I would have checked out Caroline and then left.
As soon as she says this house is clean, I'd be like, I don't give a shit. I'm never coming back here again. But instead, they're like,
let's vacuum again, bitch.
Yeah, let's put the kids to bed, and I'll go color my hair by myself and leave them alone for a while.
Before all the chaos, y'all talking about this, they embrace the spirits, and she's like, it's like a tickle in your stomach, and it just pulls you.
Can't breathe, but there's air.
Not afraid of anything at all. They're embracing this shit 100%, and then it's just like, oh shit, they stole our goddamn daughter.
And did you hear the great pop culture reference in there? I just don't want this to be on That's Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say.
Do you remember that, Ducky? I don't think you were too young.
Bob Barker.
Dude, That's Incredible was the shit back in the 80s. It was like a show. Basically, it was the internet before the internet, and it was just people doing crazy, wacky shit on home video.
My favorite was whenever they had the amazing Randy come on there and debunk.
Oh, yeah.
All the fucking psychics and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's awesome. If you ever get a chance to watch that documentary about Randy, it is awesome.
What is it?
It's about James Randy. I'm not sure what it's called. I can't remember, but it's a documentary about him. But he was.
I think it's called Amazing.
It might be. It's on Netflix. I know it is because I watched it on there. But he's just awesome.
It's really
just
good.
look up James Randy magician. You'll be able to find the documentary. What I was going to say is there's interesting things. Like we didn't talk about the tree. All right, it begins. I like you guys brought up the fact that at first they think it's just playing with them. They think it's a very innocent thing, like putting the chair on the floor and it sliding across, and then putting the helmet on the daughter and putting her on the floor and sliding across. And that whole scene, she's talking about wanting Pizza Hut, you know. Yeah. And then they actually,
I'm hungry, mommy.
It's implied that the mom did it first.
She went across the floor. Yeah. And there's a weird cut there between where they're doing that scene and they're talking to the neighbors. And the reason there's a weird split cut where they're in the middle of a conversation is Craig T. Nelson initially said, "I hate Pizza Hut." And it pissed Pizza Hut off, so they cut it out of the movie.
I'm so glad you said that, Duck, because that scene has driven me nuts for years because it's a very odd edit.
Yes, it's a very weird, hard edit where they're in the middle of the conversation and they go to another conversation.
I've always wondered that.
With the product placement that's taking place in this movie, I wouldn't be surprised if they were just like, "Yeah, we can't piss off Pizza Hut. We need that stuffed crust money."
Cheetos, Frito-Lays.
They didn't even have stuffed crust at this point.
Yeah,
Ritz.
Oh, and I love the long shot of the dog getting food from every bedroom.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That's such a great shot.
And it establishes, that they're a family. They're a young family, and they just started out. Even though they got a 16-year-old daughter, I guess they're not a young family, but they're starting out, and he's doing well in the business of selling homes. They say he's got a 43% sales rate or something like that. And it's just one of those things. Like it's just supposed to be a mundane family where they're just doing daily stuff, and they're just trying to take care of their.
Can we talk about the really weird, that idea of like, well, that didn't age well. How about the scene where the pool workers are basically
harassing the
his daughter, and the mom sees it, and she's like, "Oh, you guys!" Like, holy shit!
But like, to be fair, the daughter did stand her ground and like flip them off, and that's when I was like, "Oh my god, you handled being harassed so well."
Look at those guys sexually harassing my daughter. Oh,
and then the fucker breaks in and takes her coffee and eats her fucking bolognese. Like, oh, that's pretty good.
Hey, Mrs. Freely, you make good stuff. And she's like, "Oh, you're wacky guys." And for the first time, I had never noticed that line at the end when the mom goes, "Yeah, we're going to stay at the Holiday Inn off at 65." And the daughter goes, "Oh, that's a nice place." and she's like, "What?" I never caught that.
So the guy...
I hadn't either.
The guy who's stealing the pasta sauce and the coffee, they call him Bluto, but his character's name is Pugsley for some reason. That guy was killed with an axe at the age of 67 by a crazed person. Yes.
Is that part of the Poltergeist curse?
Yeah, they claim it was in 2009. They claim it's part of the curse of the movie.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, is it? What about the other guy? Isn't he from Predator? Isn't he in Predator? The Indian guy, the worker that is like sexually harassing her. Isn't that guy from Predator? Billy?
No, it's not Sonny.
Sonny Landau.
That's not.
No, it's not Sonny.
No.
Okay.
No, that guy. I know. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, it's not Sonny.
So
whenever you get to the second movie, there's an Indian, and it's not Sonny either.
Well, he was in
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Nest. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
And he died pretty soon after that movie as well.
Well,
that's the story.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
Let's talk about the curse. Like, this movie is considered to be one of the most cursed films of all time. One of the stars didn't make it to the premiere of the movie. The teenage daughter. She was killed by her ex-boyfriend.
So awful.
Sadly. Yeah. And the little girl,
wasn't she sick?
She was sick.
She died after the third one.
She died after the third movie.
She didn't have like a terminal illness. It was like more of like a medical fuck up that caused
the ambulance, right? The ambulance drive.
Yeah.
So it's completely preventable?
Yes. Yeah, she could have.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
So that they consider that as part of the curse, and one of the reasons they believe this film is cursed is because they used real skeletons. And we were talking about that. The real skeletons came from India, and the character who is they
were cheaper than fucking
fake ones,
plastic skeletons. Yeah,
right. And the guy who plays the boss, who he yells at, he says, "You moved the headstones, but you didn't move the bodies." That guy's actually in Return of the Living Dead, and he says about the skeletons, we get these from India. It's cheaper to do so. So
isn't that fucked up?
Reaction there.
It's fucked up.
It's really
like I would have Craig T. Nelson like screamed at Spielberg like that actual. You know what? fuck this joke. I can't do it. I'm too high right now. Moving on.
No, it's one of those things though that the actress who played the mother, who is smoking hot,
gorgeous,
she didn't know that they were real skeletons. So whenever she found out, I guess it really freaked her out. But I guess it's a normal thing in Hollywood movies to use cadaver skeletons. For that reason, they're cheaper, and people donate themselves to science all the time. I remember when my ex-girlfriend went to college.
Hey guys,
in the art department, there was one. Yes, good.
I need to stop you for a second. The person who was the worker in the pool is his name is Sonny Landham, and he was in Predator playing Billy.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
How
Wikipedia.
the fuck did you figure that out?
I looked up Poltergeist cast, went to him, and then went to his filmography.
Boom, done.
He was also in The Warriors as policeman number 3, and in Southern Comfort as Hunter.
Well, don't forget about Best of the Best 2, the grand
Best of the Best 2, yep.
franchise.
And also Lock Up and Action Jackson.
Action.
And what, 48 hours?
48
too, right?
hours.
Yeah, 48 hours is Billy there.
Yes.
We're trying to outland him now.
Best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
This
what
chicken
about
for
him?
outlanding us.
What about running for the governor of Arizona? How about that?
Did he really?
How about being a porn star?
Was he really?
That's not in
My
here.
Billy was a porn star?
Yes,
Went
sure,
balls deep
Billy.
in Nita Hartley?
In
Wait, but this is-
1996, he was in Billy Lone Bear playing Billy Lone Bear direct to video. So there's that.
Directed by Billy Lone Bear?
Yeah, directed by Billy Lone Bear.
Is there more than one of those?
I wonder.
Billy Lone Bears?
Yeah.
No, just one.
Okay.
But
One
he was,
lonely lone bear.
Yeah, yep,
Well,
one.
Let's try to get back to the
Sorry,
Poltergeist
Doug,
again.
we keep
We're on some-
sidetracking.
We're in some weird sidetracks
Anyway.
tonight.
Vote
Yep.
Sonny
The
Landham.
curse of sidetracking.
Yeah,
It's the Poltergeist curse, y'all.
It's the Poltergeist curse, is what it's
It
called.
is.
But so whether or not the movie was cursed, who knows? Obviously, there were some sad deaths attached to it, but a lot of people went on to great success after it. So I don't know if it's really cursed or not. As for
Oh yeah, great success. 5 seasons of Coach.
well, hey,
The
I love
Incredibles.
Coach. He does have the Incredibles.
Yeah, Craig T. Nelson has an amazing career.
Yeah.
He was in
And
the
he's on that show
Small.
now.
Craig T. Nelson. No,
Parenthood or whatever it is.
Parenthood. He was so good as Zeke Braverman in Parenthood.
No, man.
I would trade
It
places
was
with
Steve
Craig T.
Martin.
Nelson in a heartbeat.
Good. Who's talking?
Oh, Jake. Steve
Oh,
Martin?
No.
All right,
I
here.
was talking about the
The-
All right, back on track.
The
We're all over the
Incredibles
place.
is one of the best James Bond movies ever made.
It's pretty good.
one of the best Marvel movies ever made. Also, I will say that.
Let's talk about Zelda Rubinstein. Is that her name? What is it? Zelda.
David, you already got IMDb open. What's that
Yeah.
actress's name?
Her
We
name
are-
is
Zelda Rubinbaker.
Little McLittle.
the midge, as we were calling her. She is awesome, and she steals the show the second she shows up. She is unbelievably good. I couldn't believe how much of the screen presence that she had, and she was an actual medium. She was a psychic, and so she was a psychic and an actor, and so she actually got the job off that. Yeah,
'Cause she's
according
ghost-
to IMDb.
She's Ghost
No,
Yoda.
I get it.
I love the scene where Craig
actual-
T. Nelson tries to like talk to her through his mind.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And she's like, "I don't like your ignorance."
Yeah,
is what she said.
She gets pissed off at him.
No, I heard you, dear. I just don't like trick Hanses. It was just like, whoa.
But like the fact that she's like, tell her that you'll slap her, and he's like, I've never hit the kids, and she said, doesn't matter, do it, bitch. And then he's like, I'll give you a spanking. I was like, this is crazy, but like she's commanding every moment that she's there, and like whenever she says this house is clean, obviously she was fucking wrong because it wasn't. But or was it? And the vengeful spirit decided to come back for vengeance and try to take the kids.
Yeah, see, what happened was the house was clean, and then that dumb bitch was like, "Hey, kids, why don't you go take a nap in the bedroom?" And then the spirit was like, "Oh, we're not done? Okay. I thought you wouldn't be stupid enough to put the kids in the fucking bedroom
Let's
again
just
and
stay in
leave
the
them
same
alone for an
house."
hour." Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. And then the clown, finally, they set up the clown. That was genius. And finally,
yeah.
to pay it off with the evil clown, which almost actually killed that kid in real life.
Right.
Serious?
Yeah,
Yes, it was
they wrapped
strangling
it
him.
around his neck, and the kid was choking, and he said to them, "I can't breathe," and it wasn't.
And guess who saved him? Steven Spielberg, because he was the fucking director.
Yes.
Yeah, because Toby Hooper wouldn't have saved him.
Cut!
Rick and
Toby Hooper wanted the tension to last.
Yeah.
I'm directing.
Did you ever see that scene I did with the dinner table? Yeah, the girl went insane. So yeah, you're gonna have to die.
Yeah.
Toby Hooper got a paycheck for doing jack shit though. So I mean, he's the genius here. I don't know.
Yep.
I wonder if after that cut, like Steven Spielberg came back with his like, "Are you trying to be a Landis right now? Are you trying to get this kid killed?"
Oh, geez.
Trying to be a Landis. 4D chess
What do you
by
think?
Toby Hooper.
What do you think this is? A Twilight Zone movie? Which I was also associated with.
They were putting people in danger, though. There's no denying that. Like putting.
And then they just stopped, and it never happened again.
Oh, never. Oh wait. What happened in the Deadpool movie? Oh yeah, let's not talk about that.
What happened?
Back to the Future 2. Oh god.
Yeah.
What happened to Back to the Future 2?
A girl broke every bone in her body.
What?
Yeah. You know that scene where they after they get done with the three hoodlums in the future, and you see that small scene of that lady like hitting the ground? Yeah, that was from like 30 feet up, and she like shattered every bone in her body.
Holy shit! What happened in Deadpool?
One of the motorcycle stunt riders pretty much got paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh shit!
But they died, I think, shortly after that also.
That's lame. Well, guys, is there anything else we can talk about? We keep getting off on tangents. I just want to know what your final thoughts on Poltergeist.
I just got to bring up one little scene. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Hobbs.
It was a scene where Craig T. Nelson was like, he comes into the shot, and he has a rope in his hand, and he just like throws it at the black guy. It's like, really? You're just going to throw the rope at him like that?
And we were just like, that seems inappropriate.
By the way, how awesome was Billy D. Williams in this? He was so funny.
I thought that was Ray Parker Jr. because he was fussing ghosts. Like, I was like, this is where they got him from. And also, Dr. Lesh, was she not just a direct ripoff of Lorraine Warren? Like, that's what I thought.
Like, I don't know. I did get like, I could see where Insidious pulled a lot from this movie.
Oh yeah,
like with the paranormal detecting team and all that's like. I can see where Insidious like pretty much just like did a rip off of Poltergeist.
Well, I would also say that the exploits of the Warrens, as exaggerated as they were, they still had a history in the 80s. Like in the 70s, they also did a lot of their stuff. They got some notoriety. So Poltergeist definitely borrowed at least from the lore, just the same as Amityville did. So I mean, the Warrens really kind of helped this movie along, even if their own stories are
I feel like they're kind of responsible for a lot of the 70s and 80s horror movies, though.
Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters with the gorilla. And the Ghostbusters we know, I mean, they low key started a movement.
So two things I want to say real quick. First of all, that one of the taglines of the movie is "It knows what scares you." Did you guys notice that Marty had kind of pot marks on his face, and that when he looks in the mirror, that's when his face starts falling apart? Mm-hmm. So that was kind of So that's kind of like his fear of acne. And it just gets exaggerated until he starts pulling his face apart. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was how awesome is that rotating room. If you guys ever watch it, there's some footage of how big that actually was. It's massive room. And Billie Eilish did the same thing for her SNL appearance, and I think somebody did it in like Electric Boogaloo, like Breaking Two Electric
Boogaloo Shrimp, and he's dancing with the Mexican chick, and he's dancing on the wall.
Yeah,
I actually have that in my notes. Old school movie magic, where they rotate the room and everything is falling in, and they speed up the footage to look like it's being sucked in.
But the Jo Beth Williams thing is the room's rotating, and she's just falling as it's going.
Inception,
and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
I mean that's the big one.
Such a cool effect.
So rotating room is badass. Jamiroquai video was one of the best.
Oh yes! Oh, that's such a cool video, man. Good call.
The hallway scene too. I
love that hallway scene so much.
Yeah, Hobby brought that up. He's like, this is awesome.
Huge debate over the scene from Jamiroquai, the video, and how it was done. Was the room moving or was the floor moving?
Yeah, it turns out it was the room, right? Like the whole thing was just moving on
It
wheels.
was the room. The floor was stable the whole time, and the room was moving around, all the furniture and shit like that.
So
it was fucking
cool.
nuts.
It's a cool video. What else about the movies? Anyone have any other final thoughts about
The
it?
score, the fucking score is amazing.
Yes. I'm a sucker for a score, dude.
Yeah.
Like that score was so interactive. Yeah.
There's
I remember,
actually lyrics to the Lullaby song too. Like you can look that up and actually hear that if you want. Go ahead, Hobbs.
No, sorry, I didn't know. It was nothing important.
No. You said you remember.
I was the score like really played a part when like that was the only jump scare that it got out of me when she turned around in the kitchen and she saw that her like the chairs were stacked up and it's like a strike of the violin and I go like and that's like the score was like a big part of it for me too. Like I fucking love that score.
Just sorry. One more thing. Talking about the natural humor of this is when Billy D. Williams is telling him, "Yeah, man, I got this footage of this car, this Matchbox car. It's crawling across linoleum.
Linoleum. No one can say that word.
For 8 hours." And Craig T. Nelson is like, "Really? For 8 hours?" And he just opens the door and it's just fucking chaos everywhere.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty badass.
I like how the spirit waves a book and everybody's like, "I want to make you read," and he just like throws the book.
I do like the second form of the beast, the giant creature that's at the door guarding it. Like it's an underwater puppet and the hair's like waving. I think.
That's
I think that's actually the best scene from this movie.
Did you notice what the growl was?
It's the MGM lion.
It's the MGM lion. Yeah.
You mean the MGM tiger?
Oh yeah, tiger. Sorry.
All right. Jake, give us your list. What do you got? Did we hit your list mostly? You usually read off your list.
Notes. Yeah, you gotta hit with the Adam Sandler VMA speech.
What kind of name is E-Buzz for a dog?
Oh yeah, it's an awful name.
Yeah, I love them rolling and smoking joints in bed. I'm a sucker for a good score. I also love how they embrace the spirits at the first, and then honestly, it turns wrong. Old school movie magic making is great. Dr. Lesh's Lorraine Warren conveyed a feeling of helplessness with the "Mommy, help me," and then she went through her soul and she made everybody smell it.
Yeah, and on top of that is the TV, hearing the communication through the TV and the static. We didn't talk about that much, and it's kind of cool whenever you hear her voice, and it's kind of like doing a reverse thing. It sounds like
she got that Travis Scott auto tune.
I know how they did that, by the way.
How'd they do that?
They trampled
I used to be in a band.
They made the crowd rush each other.
Nice. I used to be in a band called Crash Vinyl, and we were one of the last bands to be recorded. What's it called? Analog. And what they would do is the guy called it the Poltergeist Effect, and so he would take our lead singer's vocals and play them forwards, and then on the tape play them backwards and overlay them. And that's what it gives us this, "Mommy, help me, where are you, Mommy?"
That's cool.
That's pretty fucking creepy.
Yeah.
What was the name of that band?
Crash Vinyl.
That sounds like a band that would play at Empire Records at the end of the movie. Like, did you hear Crash Vinyl?
I thought that was the band that played it.
All right, Jake, what else you got?
Nothing much. I think we covered it all. One thing is homeboy who got the bite mark. He had 2 different bite marks. Whenever he lifted up his shirt, it was completely different. And then whenever I went to the close-up, it was like a fucking jaws bit him on the side. Thought that was kind of stupid.
That was a ghost of Jaws biting him.
Also,
another Spielberg throwback.
It was, yeah. Whenever he pulled the steak out of the fridge, it looked like a dog toy. Whenever he put it on the cabinet, it looked like a really good effect.
And by the way, what a shitty thing just to go into their fridge and start taking
fucking
food out.
Yeah, he's just like eating steak.
Yeah, he takes out. And who keeps steak open and then chicken open just in the fridge, just open? There's just nothing.
I think it actually was a dog toy just to fuck with this guy. Like, let's see if they're still on our chicken wings, which he already did before that.
That's probably why he gets it so bad too.
Because he was being rude. The ghost was like, you're kind of rude. You don't go in somebody else's fridge. You take their chicken. Bam, maggots. Bam, exploding steak.
I'm pretty sure that mirror scene opened up a lot of fucking ideas for a lot of other people to use mirror scenes like that, like Terminator. whenever, the T-800 is clawing off his face or fucking fixing his eye.
Oh,
That came out 4 years later, but I mean, they kind of use the same effect, but I think, what was it? Teen Wolf also used the same kind of effect in it.
And the hands actually ripping off the prosthetic, the face.
Or the real hands.
It's Spielberg is doing it. He's the one who did the actually ripping and tearing of it. And there's only one death in this movie. It is the bird Tweety. That's
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So everyone,
no casualties.
Initially, they wanted to kill off the little girl at the beginning, Carol Ann. They wanted to kill her, have her be the one, but Spielberg hated that idea. He was like, "No, we're not doing that."
He's a kid whisperer.
Did you hear that Drew Barrymore auditioned for the role of Carol Ann, didn't get it because she wasn't angelic enough, but because of her audition was so good, she got E.T.
Firestarter. Oh, okay. Yeah, I came out of this. I forgot.
Yeah, she got E.T. And then actually the girl who played Carol Ann didn't audition at all at first. She was just, her sister auditioned, and she was sitting in the commissary eating, and Spielberg saw her, and he's like, we need her to audition. And she auditioned. She laughed the whole way through it. And he kept going, no, we need her to audition again. Bring back a scary book and actually
traumatize her.
And so she read the book and she cried and screamed and she got the job. So, and this series, I mean, it really becomes about her in the end. You know what I mean? So, go ahead, Hobbs. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, it seemed like she was just like some random girl pulled off. And she's like, you got to have her in a picture. She was not a good actress. She was cute. She was adorable. But like,
oh, I thought she was pretty good. She was adorable, man.
Carol Ann?
Yeah,
I love Carol Ann.
She
great.
Yeah, she did great.
Yeah, she killed it, dude. I think she.
You're dumb and wrong for having that opinion.
Bad hobby.
Thank you, Jay, for saying what we were all thinking.
First of all, you guys think it and then you say it weekly. I'm just man enough to take it like a good boy.
On that note, oh my God.
If I would have agreed with you, they would have all been on the other side.
All right, guys. Is there any final thoughts? Actually, round it up. Final thoughts. And anyone?
Final thoughts for me is what a shame on Dominic Dunn, a beautiful actress, a really good actress, and it's such a shame that the guy that was in the TV series for V was such a pussy because he could have saved her life.
Wait, what?
The guy that played the teenage boy in the TV series V was with Dominic Dunn when she was getting the shit kicked out of her by her boyfriend, and he didn't protect her. He called the cops, and the cops even told him, go save her, and he was too much of a pussy.
Oh, that sucks. But V's really good. How do I break the tension?
Is that on his Wikipedia? Did they mention on the IMDb channel?
He was in V, and he's a giant pussy, and he's the reason why Dominic Dunn died.
You look up pussy, and it actually has his picture. So that's what's going on. All right, guys, recommend. David, do you recommend this movie, Poltergeist?
Fuck yes. I recommend The Summer of 82. Yes.
Summer of 82. Jake, how about you? Do you recommend Poltergeist?
Yep.
Down the line. Yep. Jay, do you recommend Poltergeist?
Absolutely.
And Hobbs, do you recommend it? Don't you dare.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you don't like Poltergeist or something's wrong with you, you got touched in the head, your fontanel never closed properly, you are just a stupid bad person if you don't like this movie.
Hey, I would like them to do not a remake, but a touch up.
They did.
I don't want them to do a remake.
And it was not good.
Yeah, I want them to touch up some of the special effects, especially the tree scene being.
So you want them to Lucas it?
Yeah,
that's a good take, Jessup.
Just that scene, just the tree being taken away.
That tree looks bad.
Yeah, I just want them to touch that up. Yeah, I want them to touch that up. Everything else. Oh, and also maybe make Jo Beth Williams have no panties on during the room scene. Those are just two things that I want. That's it.
We all thought it. You said it. Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And just so you know, the next section of the podcast will be clips from the movie, so you can find replays of the live video stream at twitch.tv/We Are Podcast Network and youtube.com/We Are Podcast Network. Once again, all links can be found in the description. Come check out our live stream every Monday at 8 p.m. And for a full list of future films, check out our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. And with that, back to the Horrorcast. All right, let's get the clips. And actually, I might have clipped some of that. So the whole time me and Javi were watching, we were saying how hot she was.
She's gorgeous.
That's awkward that you said that as this little girl
Yeah,
comes on the
I'm
screen.
glad
I want the record to state that I did not mean the little girl.
And now it's etched. Now it is etched in the history.
Yeah.
Let it be known that on this day, November 8th, 2021 at 9:06.
Javi and Ducky were like, yeah, we just kept on staring at her and was like, she was hot, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
I want the
day
record
that
to say I was not talking about this child. I was talking about the actress
Another
that plays the
child.
mother of this child. Not even another child. You know what? I feel like I'm digging myself a little deeper here, but let's keep going.
let's
I'm going
not
to work
use
my
the
way
word
out of
deeper,
this.
buddy.
You should have just left it. You
Javi,
just left it.
Javi, reclip it, dude. That's way too loud.
All right, I just reclipped it. Let's
thank you.
reclip. I was
All
not
right.
talking about this child.
We weren't talking about this child, but her mom.
Shut up, Ducky. You just made it worse.
Her mom's so hot. It begins. I love floor model TV
What do you
so
look
much.
like?
God, I so would have kicked that kid out. You fucking creep. Get out of here.
Drunk on a bike.
Those kids were
Yeah,
assholes.
BMX, dude. Not just any bike. That's a fucking like a mongoose or something.
I want to know the backstory on this guy. Is he an alcoholic that lost his license?
He was
and
going
now
to the
he has to
football
ride
game,
bikes, but he
He had
can't
to-
drive his car?
and he had to pull beer duty.
So he can't drive his car.
Oh, my balls. Oh, dear.
Okay, side note, real quick, guys. I don't know if any of y'all rocked RC cars growing up, but these kids have the absolute Lamborghinis of remote control cars. Their range is out of this fucking world. I got a remote control car when I was 13, and that thing maybe had 15 feet worth of range.
It just dies.
These kids are like in a stadium with like just. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm jealous.
And also, I just gotta say about that. I'm surprised that guy didn't kick those kids' ass. Because I was like from an era where you could actually whip another person's children.
Maybe if the game wasn't on, he probably would.
Yeah.
All right, smoking them Tweeties.
Smoking tweed.
My favorite scene in the whole movie. Like
Yep.
he's got fucking weed particles all over the bed.
Over the
He's
bed.
like, you know what? You roll this shit. He puts
Yeah,
it
that's
back
exactly
in
what
there.
happens.
Like he's just like,
And he just
come on,
throws it
dude.
back there.
Keep in mind, they have a cigar box for their weed. They buried the bird in a cigar box, and she
I
says he
know.
doesn't
That
like the smell
Yeah, it doesn't like the smell.
because it smells like weed. Woo!
I keep my dead bird and weed in the same cigar box also. That's all I'm
And
saying.
that bird doesn't seem to mind.
You should.
Fuck that clown.
Birds aren't real.
Alien poster.
Star
I saw
Wars
the
poster.
Sesame Street poster.
They're
So-
here. Go ahead.
I had an irrational fear of clowns, and I think this is where it stems from, but it really hit me because, like I said, I grew up watching this movie. I was born in 82. This movie came out in 82, whatever. It says 81 on IMDb. But I grew up kind of watching this, and I don't remember whenever I first seen it. But what stuck with me was Pee-wee's Big Adventure and the clown scene in that whenever he's trying to get his fucking bike back. And I used to go hide underneath the coffee table whenever that scene came on.
Yeah.
I was in 1985, and I don't know, but I had an irrational fear of clowns forever after that until high school, and when I started listening to Insane Clown Posse. And I was like, I'm not afraid of clowns anymore.
I had the same thing at the end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Whenever he turns into the cartoon, when Christopher Lloyd does, I remember hiding behind a couch in fear of that, like literally hiding and terrified. And it took years to be able to watch that. And
just like this.
Yes, and the same thing with Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey when they take off their faces and the robots underneath. That scared me. I ran like a motherfucker.
Nice.
A good robot scare movie for me was in Superman 3 when the when the villainous lady becomes like one with the machine. that scared the ever loving shit out of me.
They're here.
And there you go.
This movie should be called fucking Seizure the Movie. God damn.
Yeah! I was wondering the same thing. At a certain point, I was like, man, there's epilepsy.
This movie will give an epileptic nightmares.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
They would have to have warnings all over it in the theater.
Right.
Oh, my house is shaking. Come on, say it. Say the line.
Did you feel that?
So
That doesn't look like it matches her mouth.
No, it was a bad.
It's probably my
voice.
Yeah.
Chairs. Now they did this. This is real. They did this in real time. They had 7 seconds to make it happen.
Isn't that
Starting
crazy?
now. 1,
Yeah, it's nuts that that ghost actually showed up to do this.
5.
It's the only scene Toby Hooper directed.
Stephen made him actually be one of the people that put up the chairs.
Yeah. Oh, she's so good in this. Uh-huh. TV people, yeah, bitch.
Slide.
Come on, let's just do this one.
My butt hurts. I'm hungry. You're an abusive parent.
I want pepperoni pizza.
Oh, she's so cute. It burned my butt.
Mommy, that burned.
Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. The phone is on. Steven, come on, you do it.
Oh. See, I love this scene too because she's really excited about it, and he knows this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is severely
This is
fucked up.
He
He's
knows
like,
something
no one
hinky's
goes in the
afoot.
kitchen. Yeah. And she's all like, no, this is really fun.
Well,
It's like
really
a tickle in your
It's
stomach.
a stomach. And then they pull you, and then you can't breathe, but there's air. What the fuck?
If you
She's
watch
like,
it again,
no.
Carol Ann walks into the scene as she's excited, and Carol Ann yawns at the whole situation.
Yeah, because she's been doing it all fucking day long.
Doing it all day. She's over it. Tree attack. That tree looks so fucking fake.
I know it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, redo this
Come
scene.
to Papa. It's all right, dude. It's a relic of the time.
And it's a good misdirect by the poltergeist. Because he was like, I'm gonna steal your son, but I really want your daughter.
The second one is much scarier whenever his braces fucking take him over.
His braces take him over, you said?
Yeah, it's a weird scene. I've seen that one.
We'll get to it next month. Closet attack.
I'm
These are
here.
actually happening at the same time.
The room completely 90 degrees. Let it all fall down. Speed up
Let
the
it fall.
footage.
It works though, man. This is that classic.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
I love it.
So you can see that messed up shot though? The TIE fighter went in first, and then it turns and the TIE fighter hadn't gone in yet.
Yeah, man.
One
there's a
star,
lot of,
one
like-
star. This movie sucks.
I think that Steven Spielberg jabbing at George Lucas like, hey, I'm gonna fucking beat your franchise right now.
Yeah.
Like,
And where'd all those leaves come from?
That's scary.
well, the tree, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And that's why you
that
don't
was the
buy
one
wicker
scene that really
furniture.
scared her. That was the only scene that really scared the little girl was when she was hanging.
Yeah. And Spielberg said you don't have to do it again. He said that you're good. The room.
Because he directed it.
Yeah, he directed it. All the cool shit. I like that you see the Incredible Hulk and looking at the stop motion that they do. Which a lot of this, I'm guessing, is stop motion right here. But you see it on the-
Man, Billy D is freaked the fuck out.
Oh, Hulk. I gotta say, it's Lando, Mon Mothma, and fucking Wedge Antilles.
You think that would work? You
No,
think that-
Mythbusters says it doesn't work.
Bullshit. I don't care what Mythbusters fucking says. They're wrong a lot of times. If you put a fucking needle on a record and spin it at fucking the right RPM, it'll play. Doesn't
Well,
matter.
especially if it's being controlled by a poltergeist. I mean, yeah.
Agreed.
Right. How are they gonna fucking bust that myth?
Yeah.
I can't even talk right. But either way, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're
call
saying,
in a
bro.
ghost to fucking bust this myth?
Yeah.
Jim Music said your Facebook ad for this podcast can make someone have a seizure. He's right. And he has said that before because I do the lightning ads and yeah. Stop motion meat, but it isn't. It's not stop motion. I thought it was, but it's not. They just put rods underneath it and slid it across.
Oh, that makes sense.
I like this. Oh, it's creepy. Oh.
That was stop motion, though.
Maggots. Rip off your face. Do it. This is out of a rated R movie.
I know, man. There's no way.
And you saw this in theaters and you were 13. And this wasn't
I was like, well, it's interesting because it kind of has that same vibe at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the heads blow up. And that movie also got a PG rating. But again, it's Spielberg. It's like, no, just make this PG.
So did they use a real skeleton there also?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or did they think so? I think it's just in the
and it was that actor that was axed to death.
Oh, it was?
Was it?
No, he means the guy named Bluto that was the pool worker.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. He was the guy who was drinking the coffee and stuff. So, yeah.
And sexual harassment of a 16-year-old.
Yes, totally. Well, so was Billy from Predator.
What the fuck is that? I think it looks like a woman.
It's a hot-ass, thick-ass specter. That's what that is.
I don't know, man. I think it's like it's like carrying them to the afterlife, and then they can see the spirit.
It's like a shepherd? Are you trying to say it's a shepherd?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on. I think they saw the light, and the shepherd creature carries these ones to the afterlife, but there's still more, is what they're seeing in this.
Carrying her army of ghostly Kung Laos to the afterworld.
It's time to get the fuck out. I love this scene because this kid's like, hey, I gotta go.
He just throws his bag and they're like, I'm out of here, Mom and Dad.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Did any of y'all have wacky suitcases growing up? I had a Snoopy suitcase.
Yep.
Anybody else have a fun one?
Yeah.
And I had a Ghostbusters one, and I packed it many times to run away, which is going to my grandmother's apartment, which was only 5 floors up.
And by the way, can we all acknowledge how fucking stupid we were that none of us had wheels on our suitcases back then? Like, who was the genius that was like, hey guys, we have wheels on cars. Why don't we put these on our suitcases?
They're just like, no, let's lift this heavy ass case.
Yeah. Why would we want to do that? Oh.
And I like how even the dog was smart enough to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Oh yeah, the dog is like,
you know, that dog absolutely just like opened that door and was like, I'm out of here. Fuck this shit.
Howdy, bitches.
Deuces.
Oh, not the dog. They look more upset about the dog.
He looks back like, are you sure you don't want to go? Like, it's haunted. Like, it's really fucked up in there.
And I like that the dog calls Shotgun. He's like, Shotgun, you fucking loser.
Call me, okay?
Yeah, he ain't
good. I'm good.
Sure.
Just send your kid to the airport alone.
Yeah,
and a fucking cab with a stranger.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird too.
We do it nowadays. We call it Uber.
Yep.
Stealing the show.
This seems actually pretty good. I like this one.
Believe me, I will.
She's only still in the show because she's a midget.
I've got a production note about this too, guys.
Uh-oh.
Let's hear it.
Do you want to know one of the reasons that Zelda Rubinstein is absolutely captivating in this role in particular? If you look
she's
at
like
her,
Dr. Ruth.
No, she's like Jim Jones. She is
capturing. Okay.
She is capturing. She said that she actually used Jim Jones as a massive inspiration for this exact scene. Those glasses look like they came right out of Jonestown.
Who's Jim Jones?
I understand.
Whoa, Javi, you don't know.
Dude, the electric Kool-Aid acid test.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Jim Jones was he was the leader of a church /
People's
cult.
Temple.
People's Temple.
And,
he got them
the
to move
Beach
to
Boys.
Guyana. He got them to move to Guyana, and then it was coming out that he was sexually raping people and then like abusing people, and so a actual senator from California flew out there to investigate it. Someone slipped him a note and was like, hey, we're being held captive against our own will. So as the senator was leaving, Jim Jones had him assassinated and killed, and then got all his followers to drink Flavor Aid, not Kool-Aid, Flavor Aid laced with cyanide, and over 900 people committed suicide, including 300 children.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
By the way, a great made-for-TV movie starring Powers Booth as Jim Jones, was amazing.
Yep.
But get this: did you guys hear who's making a Jim Jones movie?
Rob
Who's gonna play
Zombie.
Nope. Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
Martin
Gotta be.
Scorsese.
Okay.
He's also doing H.H. Holmes, right? Like that's in
Dude,
production
that's
right now.
been in the work. That's been like in pre-production for years. But I really hope they do. It's called The White Devil.
Too.
The White Devil. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So Javi, you've got to get yourself dive into some Jim Jones shit, man.
Javi, I'll talk to you about this after, dude. It's
Javi, are you a podcast fan? Do you like podcasts in general outside of doing one?
Sometimes, yeah.
No, the answer is no. He hates them.
I don't hate them, but I will listen to podcasts.
Well,
though.
I will say this: the most definitive one I've ever heard is the last podcast
on the left. Yeah, they did a 4-part series.
4-part. I thought it was 5-part.
It might be 5. I'm pretty sure. It's a great dive into it. The last one is almost impossible to listen to because they play audio of people drinking the Kool-Aid, Flavor Aid, whatever it is.
When you hear the audio of Jim Jones telling people this is much better, you have to do this, and you hear the children screaming in the background.
Yeah, well,
as the parents are forcing them to drink this Flavor Aid laced with cyanide, because dying of cyanide is one of the most painful things in the world.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say that she's actually channeling a lot of that Jim Jones energy, the way she's telling these parents to treat their kids. Granted, she is obviously benevolent, but she's using it as a tool, and just obviously the look of her, you can definitely see the resemblance.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's a little snippet.
Good snippet, Jay.
And she does say right here in this scene, she says, "You have to listen to me despite what you morally think or your Christian beliefs." It's actually crazy.
What you believe as a human or as a Christian? It's
it's pretty intense.
Believe
Hear it
me,
out.
I will. And will you do anything I ask, even if it comes contrary to your beliefs as a human being and a Christian?
Yes, I promise, please.
There's
Well,
one
that's some
more
cult shit right there.
Do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
A terrible presence is in there with her. It lies to her. It says things only a child can understand. To her, it simply is another child. To us, it is the beast.
Evil.
which was also the name of the monster in Insidious was the Beast, and also the name of the dog in the same
You'll
one.
never see her again.
Carol Ann, I want you to
So
answer
you're
me.
saying they ripped this movie off?
Tell her if she doesn't answer you, she's going to get a spanking.
Oh, come on, I've never spanked at children.
Honey, please just tell her.
Hippie.
Yeah,
Carol
like
Ann,
what? Yeah,
answer your
seriously.
parents,
This
or
is
you're gonna get a real
81.
spanking
Why
from
didn't you
the both
spank
of
your
us.
fucking kids?
I liked how he threw the wife under the bus too. Well,
Both of us, not just me.
Not just me.
No, you're doing this too, bitch.
Yeah.
A seizure, because that's what he's getting. Oh my god. Look at this.
By the way, I don't understand why she changed her mind all of a sudden.
Would
You
you?
go towards the light.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden she's like, don't go towards the light, and then she says, go towards the light. Was she being tricked, or was she possessed, or what was the deal?
I think she was
Dude.
saying to the spirits go towards the light. She was saying to the
Oh, and then he got confused.
yeah. I
Maybe
think that's what it
she's
is.
secretly been cahoots with the fucking demons this entire time. That's why she's fucking spread
That's-
across
and that's
all
why
these
she
fucking
said-
movies.
Yeah, and that's why she
And
said,
she's like
it's
Jim
clean.
Jones.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't unsee the Jim Jones thing.
Not me either.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks,
but it
Jay.
makes sense. Like she's a fucking villain throughout this whole goddamn series. And you
He's
just
the
don't
Jar
know.
Jar Binks of the trilogy.
Yeah, the Darth fucking Zelda or
Yep.
whatever the fuck her name is.
All are welcome.
Worst hand puppets ever. What is he jerking off in his face? Eat it. Ah. Go in there.
All right, let's see a little bit of the,
The fuck was
beast.
that? I
This
never
is
even
the
noticed.
I saw this when I went and saw Iron Maiden live.
I think Guar had this at their concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool, though. He let go of the rope.
By the way,
Sorry.
that scene had some of the coolest shots for some. I fucking love those shots, like when he kissed her, and like when he's holding the rope and she's walking in.
I was like,
really
get over it and get in there, guys.
The music was amazing. It was like, yes,
iconic scenes, though, man.
Yeah, this house is clean. Like she fixed her hair.
No,
this house is clean.
Now it won't be later.
Yeah, evil clown. Oh, we're good.
I got you, bitch. Scary Movie 2 had the best parody of that. It was like,
that clown. He's like, come here, and it's just like a giant thing, like wrapping around.
Well, fucking Sean Wayans.
Uncle Ray Ray's got a game.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And he just hears the clown come out, like just trying anything to get out of there.
His dick comes out like his hand wraps around his neck.
Yep. And you see the clown with the shock face, just like going, like just trying to get off from under the bed.
He's got claw marks on the fucking wood floor.
Wall crawling. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Scary Movie 2 did this also. Toy spelling.
That's right.
Now, was this her or was that a stunt woman?
I think this was her.
It looks like her, man.
It is.
Are you trying to pause it, Doug?
No.
It's probably one of the most. It's probably one of the most paused scenes in movie history.
Oh yeah.
It's how this scene grew a lot of boys into men back in the 80s. we're talking to one right now in Jessup, so we get to.
Oh yeah, I broke my VHS tape.
Yeah. They're here. They're coming. I'm coming.
We are.
I love this puppet. This is the best part.
It's like something out of Ghostbusters, and I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. It's just so scary.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ghostbusters took a lot from this. Probably used
it was made what, 3 years after this came out?
2.
Ghostbusters came out in 83?
84.
But didn't this come out in 81?
No, it came out in 82.
Oh my God, what's happening?
You weren't
it
even.
Says 81 IMDb.
It was 82.
IMDb is lying.
I am Sam.
Jessup was there.
Yeah, Jessup's our reporter on the ground for 1982.
No, I believe it. I believe it. I'm just saying. That's why I'm saying wrong.
I'm about to go to IMDb and I'm about to blow them up. Just you wait.
I wish we could do something where we could de-age.
I might have read something wrong. I don't know.
We could de-age Jessup to make him look like he did, and he was like 13, and he could talk to us like he's really there. And his background's like posters of like Mr. T and fucking,
I used to cut out movie ads from newspapers and put them on my wall. That's how nerdy I was.
I did the same thing with Calvin and Hobbes comics.
Real skeletons.
I just want to say I'm sorry I was wrong. It is 82 on IMDb.
Oh,
I will retract my blowing them up on Twitter now.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I fucked up.
It's okay.
So these are real skeletons.
Which she didn't know at the time.
No.
I fucking love this scene so much. And I like how she's like limping. And all of a sudden, her Forrest Gump braces break off and she's running normally.
Yep. She's like,
telescoping shot.
Do you think they used
that camera work is amazing?
Yep.
Yeah. Wide angle lens. Oh, bitch, you got done dirty. It's a butthole.
Give me more.
All right.
I bet Jo Beth got paid extra money to have to be in her panties like the entire time. She's like, again?
Who's screaming here? Is Craig T. Nelson screaming, or is the guy screaming?
Craig T. Nelson's totally screaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Craig T. Nelson not the guy?
He is the guy. He's the man right here. Oh.
You son of a bitch, you left the bodies and you only moved the headstones! You only moved the headstones! Lie!
It screams lies, but it sounds like why. It really does.
It does.
The house implodes. That is such a good special effect.
It's iconic also. I mean, Simpsons Treehouse of Horror did that on their first Treehouse of Horror.
And then finally, we got Fuck TV, the ending of it. Which, like,
oh, by the way, how awesome was that that Holiday Inn sign?
Oh, in the background, you can
Yeah.
you can see that background right there.
Nope. We're a reading family now.
All right, guys. So that's the clips for Poltergeist. Let's do some recommendations real quick. First one we're going to do is going to be a little bit of Paranormal Activity, because I wanted to go with kind of the house, the original Paranormal Activity, which was a huge success. Came out of nowhere, found footage, much like the Blair Witch. I think this is the only found footage movie that would rival the Blair Witch in popularity and also making back its budget 10,000-fold. What a fun and interesting movie. I think I enjoy it, but this is the divisive movie. Some people really like it, like me, and some people think it's utter shit. And
I have never seen a single one.
Yeah,
I
would
like
say
the first one.
the first one's pretty
really
good.
do.
They pretty much ruined the franchise
I
by
do.
continually making so many more.
Right.
Well, Insidious
Is the first
just a
one
spin-off of it.
is the first one worth a watch?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
It's fun.
Yes, the first one is
yeah.
fucking great. The
Okay,
first one is
I'll give it a
fucking
shot.
amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's really, really good.
All right, so the second movie I'm going to recommend. Oh shit! Why'd I hit that?
I would
It's
say,
going-
real quick, the only other found footage
Yeah.
movie I'd put on the same level with this would be Wreck.
I
I've
like
always wanted to
Creep.
see Wreck.
Yeah, Creep is fucking good too.
Yeah.
So the next one I'm going to recommend is a classic haunted house movie called Beetlejuice, motherfuckers! Beetlejuice! Because we got to go with family-friendly horror movie, and who doesn't love a little bit of Beetlejuice? Just everything about. I think this movie is a masterpiece. I think that it works from A to Z in every way. It
In
holds up.
between.
It
If
feels
this comes
timeless.
on, if this is on TV and I'm scrolling through,
You're
I'm
watching it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
watching.
stop. Yeah, it's
Remote
one of those
drop.
stop and watch. Yeah, exactly.
I have that
100%.
sign. You guys seen that sign, right?
No,
Yep.
no. You got to show it to us.
Yes,
I don't know if I
his
saw it.
Beetlejuice, Beetlegeist. Sign.
Oh, Beetlegeist.
Oh, it's
there it
great.
is.
Show them anyways. It's
Okay.
fucking awesome.
So
Yeah,
highly recommend some
definitely show 'em.
Beetlegeist.
Can I talk about a toy I had in Beetlejuice real quick?
Sure.
So Beetlejuice has some of the most fucking wild toys ever.
I used to have them.
I had Did you have the one, Jake, that I did where you press the button and his body'd explode?
Yes,
Yeah.
the one with he had all the swords going through him and his
There's
fucking
the-
carnival head.
Yeah, that one.
dude,
Yeah,
I had a shit ton of them.
Yeah, the one I had, it wasn't his whole body. It was so like, this is what it was. 9-year-old Jay, you press a button and torso and like all that goes away, but like I think his head remains. But
my
it's
God.
like it's a self-destructing toy, and I fucking loved it.
The Ghostbuster toys were like that also. Though.
Yeah, Ghostbusters has some great toys.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, who's excited about the movie coming out in 2
Me, absolutely. I cannot wait. It looks so good. That final trailer looked dope as fuck. And you hear Bill Murray, and you see them all suit up, but they don't show them. You just know that they're going to be there, and it's going to be dope. It's going to be a great homage to fucking Egon. I'm fully prepared to cry. I cannot wait for Ghostbusters Afterlife. And it's got the beautiful man and Paul Rudd, Bill Murray all in one movie. Hell yes, give me this. I cannot wait for the 19th.
Are they gonna have hologram Harold Ramis in it?
They may. I don't know what's going to happen.
Like Coachella.
all I want is for it to make me forget about the all-female cast Ghostbusters. That's all I want. It
Oh,
make me forget
dude,
about that movie.
You fucking right-leaning piece of shit, but you don't like that fucking movie. Oh, my god.
Oh my! I remember leaving that movie, and you know what made me so sad about that movie was the worst part was Bill Murray. Like I walked out of that movie, it was like,
Yeah, because
oh,
he wanted no part of that fucking movie.
what did they do? Oh, so fucking bad.
NC-17. Well, guys, do you have any recommendations?
Wait,
for
that
haunted house
that
style
Ghostbusters
movie?
rated NC-17?
No, David Jessup shirt. I just
Yeah,
saw
he's
that.
got a full shirt on.
Yeah. So, any more recommendations for haunted house style movies? That you
I want to recommend a haunted house movie that I haven't seen, but I saw Will post about it, and I want to watch it. Called
The Deep House?
Yeah,
It looks really good.
It looks cool, bro. I want to see that.
All right.
Oh, and can I not recommend a movie? Well, I would like to recommend this movie, but only if you have a good therapist, because Jay made me watch it last night. Fucking martyrs. Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. And the reason why I love this movie so much was because it made my movie snobness. I got totally fooled. Like, I thought my movie snobby guy, I thought I had it figured out. I was like, oh, yeah, I see this coming. Oh, yeah, I know what's going to happen. I've seen many a film before, Jay. I watched lots of movies. I know.
I let him believe it, too.
Oh, no. Jay, what's happening? Jay, when does this stop? Why isn't it stopping yet? Jay, this is what it's like to be raped. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal, but I think it's a brilliant movie, though. Brilliant.
On a lighter note, I do have one recommendation I'm dying to talk about a little bit. Obviously, this movie was, groundbreaking. So when you have a groundbreaking movie, you get knockoffs. And my favorite absolute knockoff of Poltergeist comes from 1985. It's one of Roland Emmerich's first ever movies. It's called Making Contact. Does anyone remember that? Making Contact? If you want, Doc, can you pull up a trailer for it so we can all see it?
Yep. Give me 1 second.
Roland Emmerich, who we all know for directing Independence Day, 2012, mostly disaster movies. Yeah. He made a wonderful, basically Poltergeist / ET ripoff called Making Contact. And
I thought you were going to say Mac and Me.
No. This is a German fantasy sci-fi thriller. And let's check it out.
So Roland Emmerich and Gore Verbinski all went to the same film school. Like, we're gonna make nothing but disaster movies.
and Jessup, this movie might jog your memory. This trailer might jog your memory once we watch it.
Okay.
And coincidentally, he pushed a kid down a hill in a wheelchair in this one also.
Holy shit! Hallelujah! Where's the Tylenol?
Over here.
Growing up.
So it's like
can be
B footage from Unsolved Mystery.
When you're different.
It did look like
when
B
you're
footage.
Helpless.
Whoa.
What the fuck is that?
But now, Joey's the man of the house. And
he's the man!
Watch out!
By supernatural forces. He can't understand. But Joey won't be helpless for long. Because Joey's not alone anymore.
Show the alien. Oh, damn it.
And out of
oh my God.
It's
literally like he said, here's the elevator pitch was, it's Poltergeist and Et. That's what it is, right?
That's ironic.
I mean, and I'll say this, even though, the movie's laughable, but dude, I'll tell you what, Roland Emmerich had one hell of a career. He cornered the market when it came to disaster movies, I'll tell you what, he came close. He came close to knocking off Spielberg with Independence Day, but he missed it by I think $70 million. Ooh, but he wanted it.
And Jim is saying the Haunting of Hill House series. He's saying that's his recommendation for.
Oh, that's great.
I got a rec. It's more on the comedy side. It has to do with a haunted castle in Ireland. It has Liam Neeson in it in one of his very early roles called High Spirits.
Great movie.
I remember that.
I fucking love. Yep, Steve Goldberg's in it. And I love Liam Neeson because Liam Neeson plays he's a spirit, and every time he pops in, his first line is always "So you wee harlot." He's just calling everybody harlot in this movie, and I fucking love it for it.
Man, I'm in.
Hey, speaking of Haunting of Hill House, which I absolutely loved, has anyone watched? Is it called Dark Mass?
Midnight Mass.
Mass.
I
heard about it.
I've heard good things, but I need to just sit down and binge it because I know someone's going to ruin for me soon.
Gotcha.
Jake,
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm interested.
It's not a haunted house movie, but I do have a recommendation. and that would be to not go see the fucking Eternals.
Ooh, I'm hearing bad things.
We all heard bad. We all saw bad things with that first fucking trailer.
I heard there's no bad guy.
Is that
Don't
true?
go watch it. Just
I heard the bad guy's the director and the distributor.
Yeah, it's actually Roland Emmerich. It's crazy.
All right, Jake, who are they fighting? I know they're fighting deviants, but like, were they being
Who
sent
knows
from?
who they're fighting? They should have called it Chloe Zhao's Justice League, because the main bad guy in it is supposed to be part of their team. He's like the Superman on there, but then they're also fighting these fucking indescript aliens that look like they could have come from
Avatar?
Predators and Avatar. Yeah, they look like a mixture of both. And the CGI fucking sucks in it for most of the part. Either ways, also, I have another recommendation. 13 Ghosts. Matthew Lillard.
Super
Very
fun.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
super
great,
fun.
great shit. Yeah,
So
please watch that one.
Matthew Leonard, or what's his name?
Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
It's Shaggy before he was Shaggy. That's it.
Serial killer from Hackers.
Yeah. All right, David, where can they
I
find you
love
on the internet?
who he did end up playing a serial killer in Scream.
He's right. He did do that.
You can find me on Stop Motion Nightmares on Facebook.
Oh shit, that's
And then
nice.
You could also find.
Is that
me
a bong?
It kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
it's not a bong.
Okay, so
Can
can I
it be a bong?
commission? Yeah, I was gonna say,
To make
can I
a bong?
commission
Can it be a bong?
spooky bong from you?
I would be afraid because all the shit I use would probably poison you if you actually used it.
Plus, you probably get hit with.
Can
pressure.
I commission a spooky bong from you?
Okay, this is what I'll do. I'll buy a real bong, and then I'll make it spooky, and so the bong is actually is functioning.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I want to get in on this offer. I would like one too. I want to get in on this. Just say your price and I'll make it happen.
Yeah,
You got it.
Bongs
But don't name
by
your price
Jessa.
too high.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty.
So Stop Motion Nightmares.
Stop Motion
And-
Nightmares on Facebook and Children of Dave on the Instagram.
Right on. And you can find us at wearepodcast.podbean.com, where you can listen to all the podcasts. Join our social media at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at /wearepodcast. Also, you can check out the WAP and reviews that I put up on our social
The
media.
Fappin' reviews.
WAP and reviews, which I put up on my OnlyFans. And you can check us- and you can find us every Monday for Camp/Horrorcast here, where we talk horror movies from the past. What is next week? I don't even know. I think it is. Is it Children of the Corn next week?
No,
Children
wait,
of the Corn?
Children of the Corn's in 2 weeks.
Let's see. It is In the Mouth of Madness.
Nice.
Damn Neil.
That's what we're checking out next week.
For some reason, I thought we'd already done In the Mouth of Madness.
No, I guess there's similarities you said with Halloween 3 with the robot, but I have no.
I'll be right back. I gotta go pee.
All right, bye, Hobby. All right,
I think it's over.
Yeah. Let's shut it down, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much.
Oh no!
Thank
What were
you
we gonna
for hanging
say?
out.
I thought. I
Yeah,
didn't mean it like that.
Oh no, we're gonna stick around.
Say
but
something.
Keep horror in your heart.
Keep pouring your heart. Thank you so much. With that said, keep pouring your heart and cutting the feeds now. And there it is. Thank you again so much for checking out the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And since this is Camp/Horrorcast, if you want to check us out live, we will be on Twitch and YouTube every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. You can find us at twitch.tv/We Are Podcast Network and youtube.com/We Are Podcast Network. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcasts here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Air, where we talk movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. That's me, that's Jake, and that's Javi. We're breaking down that pop culture, and we're having so much fun. And don't forget to check out We Are Bagu, a video game podcast, where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. That's me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood breaking down all that video game lore, heroes, Gyros, dungeons, and distractions side quests. Me and the boys were playing some D&D. You can start that one from Season 1, Episode 1. It's a blast the whole way through. And I hate being sober. Personal stories from epic people. I sit down with some of my favorite people of all time. We talk about their trials, their tribulations, and their journey this far. Also, check the links in the description for our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast Network. With that said, hopefully we see you in the live stream.